Blog Talk Radio.
0.
My name's Mark Marcel, Presidente. I am the guide of this ship, the pilot of this ship for the next 2 hours on loan from God to bring you through this crazy world of sports as we're still stranded on this Corona island. Well, maybe you're having your share of Corona. I don't know. But with a lime, perhaps. Did the beach find you? But it is serious. But I think the world's not going to come to an end. We're going to come out on the other side of this. We do this thing called The Balance every Saturday morning. Welcome aboard. Today we are live in our home studios in the west suburbs of Indianapolis, high atop the Balance studios. 917-889-8516 is our digits. We do continue our abbreviated show. We next week though. When we do our official NFL Balance mock draft, we're going to kind of dabble in that a little bit here today, but we'll do our real where it counts mock draft. I mean, we just call today more of a practice run than anything. And then next week we'll get into the mock draft, and it's just, thank God for the NFL, right? This time of year, we should be watching the Masters. We should be watching baseball. I should be watching my Cardinals. We should be watching the NBA, racing. Just everything has come to a halt. So I know I am right there with you. I have been here in my house for the last 4 weeks. Miscellaneous stuff runs to get supplies, but other than that, I'm right here stuck in with you. Today, Mo for the BS Sports Show is not going to be able to join us. He was a last-minute scratch there. He's not feeling well, and hopefully he gets to feeling better. Ed Kracz, beat writer for the Philadelphia Eagles at SI.com. Joins us. He's also our official NFL contributor. We're going to be talking some pre-draft stuff and some news coming out of the NFL we're going to get into regarding Chris Johnson. Perhaps you've heard that story. We'll get into that as well. Matthew Embury, our official IndyCar contributor at WSVT up at South Bend, joins us as well. At the last part of the show in what we like to call our podcast overtime. But we're going to go ahead and extend that to a live time today because, we've been doing the 1 hour shows and we're a 2 hour show. So the podcast overtime is not really going to be on the podcast. Well, it will be on the podcast. The great thing, let me promote selfless promotion. What's going on with the podcast is, what our show is the podcast. I know a lot of people, a lot of shows. What they do is they take highlights and stuff and create a podcast, which is completely fine. But our show is the podcast. So if you miss us live, and hopefully you are listening to us live, and you can just still download it. Go to iTunes, in Apple Podcast. There, tune in, Stitcher, really anywhere that you can get a major podcast platform. Those are the main ones that we're on. Just search The Balance and we're right there. And we always post everything up as well. And then just hit subscribe. So there you go. But we're gonna just keep plugging along. And my name's Mark Marcel, Presidente. 917-885-89. I don't even know our digits anymore. See, it's gotten to be that bad. 917-889-8516 is our digits. My name is Mark Marcel, Presidente. This is The Balance. We'll be right back right here on the Balance Radio Network.
National Guard is a reserve component of the United States Air Force and serves alongside active duty Air Force members in times of a national crisis. In addition, the Air Guard serves the state and local community in a wide range of capacities. The reason people join the Air Guard is as diverse as our members and includes such reasons as a deep desire to serve their country, money for college, travel, new job skills, and the pride that goes along with belonging to the greatest military organization in the world. I joined because I felt a calling to serve my country, but I didn't want to be far away from my family, so the Indiana Air National Guard was a perfect fit for me. With over 95 different career opportunities to choose from and 100% paid college tuition to any state-funded college, why not give us a call? Call 1-800-841-3103 or visit online at goang.com to find out more. Again, that's 1-800-841-3103. The Air National Guard, guarding America, defending freedom.
When you don't go to geico.com, car insurance can be confusing. Like Swedish techno confusing.
Bark, bark, meow, meow. Dance with me, purple cow. Bark, bark, meow, meow. Ooh, you lovely cow.
Geico makes it easy. With 24/7 access, all you have to do is go to geico.com and you could save money on car insurance. It just makes sense. Unlike, you know.
Dance with me, purple cow. I like your moves.
When you don't go to geico.com, car insurance can be hard. Like early 90s heavy metal hard.
I'm yelling and screaming and I'm loud. Roar.
Geico makes it easy. You can review and update your policy or report a claim on geico.com or the Geico mobile app. Because shouldn't we all have a little less stress in our lives?
I'm not even upset about anything.
Morning face. You get it when you don't sleep well. This is what happened to Linda.
Morning, guys.
Good morning. Ah, what is that thing?
It's me, Linda.
Oh my God, it talks! Run!
No, it's me, Linda from HR.
It looks hungry! Save the children! Save them! Stay back! I've got mace!
Ow, that went in my eyes.
Quit moving!
It's called beauty sleep for a reason. And there's never been a better time to get some.
Get 20% off IKEA Sultan mattresses. IKEA, love your home.
You know, back then I was a little baby. Sweet and greasy. Gotta love bread.
I know. You know, there's sandwich bread over there next to the coffee.
I eat bread in the bathtub.
Okay, that's gross to me. There's a lot I've been feeling lately.
Why is there a hearse at my house? Night screams. The new fun of the kids. Billy! Billy! My Billy! Billy, where are you, Billy? So I need to talk to you regarding money. I stomped on all the fun chunks. My grief has a scent, like suffering.
A rusty navel? How'd it get rusty?
Look at...
All right, welcome back to the Balance. My name is Don Marquis, El Presidente. April 11th, the day before Easter. This day in 2010, Phil Mickelson wins the Masters. Man, when we wish we were watching the Masters, I love golf, though. I tell you what, I could play golf 24/7 if I could. Obviously, that's not available right now. But, man, it's just I know Masters doesn't always fall on Easter weekend, but it's usually pretty close. But there's just something about, you know, filling up on your Easter ham and sitting back watching some Masters. all of those days will be back, I promise. 917-889-8516. Mo from the BS Sports Show is feeling a little bit underneath the weather today, so he is not going to be able to join us, and hopefully he gets to feeling better and nothing too serious. And but yeah, hopefully we're on the back end of all of this, because I don't know about you, I'm about ready. But doing all the everything virtual. And I just saw where the NFL with the draft, and we're going to get into a little bit of our draft talk here in just a minute. But I just saw where the NFL has decided to do a full virtual draft. So that's going to be weird. And the players will interact with the commissioner and the NFL via like a FaceTime, a Zoom, whatever mechanism that they're using, that we've what's become the new norm for us. And so that's going to be interesting to do and to watch. And, you know, we are getting ever so closer to the NFL draft. I mean, it's just right around the corner. It's coming up the week after next. So next week we'll do our official mock draft. We'll have all hands on deck. I know Adam Jividan, our Super Browns fan, is going to join us. Mo from BS Sports Show is going to join us. Ed Kracz, beat writer for the Philadelphia Eagles, is going to join us, and we'll see who else we can snag to help us with our mock draft. We'll talk a little bit about the Colts and where do we think what they're going to do. Are they going to draft a quarterback, or are they not going to draft a quarterback? And obviously, Colts is our home team here, as we're based here in Indianapolis, but we touch on everything in the NFL during our mock draft. So you do not want to miss our mock draft special coming up next week right here on the Balance Radio Network. Make sure you're also following us on Twitter at TBalance so that we can you can catch up on everything. Because we put most of our stuff during the week up on Twitter. So a really interesting story that came out this week, and I don't know how many of you guys saw this or whatever, but TMZ was the one who broke it. And, you know, it used to be we'd say, well, you know, TMZ, how legit is it? But, you know, TMZ's got it right more times than not, especially in the world of sports. So I'm going to go on the side of credibility, and then I've seen it through multiple other sources as well. NFL's Chris Johnson is accused of a murder for hire for shooting. Obviously, he denies these allegations, so in all fairness, he's not been officially charged. But you all might remember Chris Johnson. He was one of the best running backs of all time. Unfortunately, he kind of ran with the wrong crowd, if you will. But he played with the Tennessee Titans. And so TMZ reported this, that ex-NFL star Chris Johnson is accused of funding murder for hire shooting that left two men dead in 2016. Now, this is according to court documents that were obtained by TMZ Sports. Again, Johnson has not been formally charged with a crime, and admittedly, he denies the allegations, so all fairness to the fairness that goes. But officials are clearly laying out their case here against the running back, and it's compelling stuff. Obviously, a former Tennessee Titan with the NFL. Long story short, though, officials believe that Johnson rewarded a gang member with cash after the guy allegedly killed the two men who were suspected of getting down Johnson's friend back in 2015. So the backstory is this. Johnson nearly died in the shooting in Orlando back in March 8th, 2015. And when Orange County Sheriff officials say someone opened fired on a Jeep that Chris was in around 4 a.m. I'm always saying nothing good happens after midnight. Well, this is just another case of that. And it's unfortunate because, you know, people like this Chris Johnson and have so much potential and money and talent and the ability to rise up and above and get out from underneath the elements of society that may weigh them down. I'm not judging. I'm just saying when you make that break. And if I understand